Welcome to this, the first in a short series of videos in which I'll be going over some of the things that I've been whittering on about in media studies lessons for the last year. But now that with the exam looming, now that you are either just about to go on or are on study leave, that stuff might suddenly become a bit more urgent. And you start thinking, oh, I wish really would have listened to that fella at the front of the class. What was he called again? So anyway, my name is Mr. Bland. In this particular video, I am going to talk you through the exam paper that you will be sitting in approximately, well, from this particular point where I'm sat now, 2 weeks. Okay, so as you should know, the exam is 2.5 hours long. That is 150 of your English minutes. It is divided into 3 sections. Section A is worth 40 marks, and as you should know, is based on the analysis of this year's still image texts. I say text, it could be tech, but it is more likely to be a number of texts, probably 2, as we've seen in the past, like the magazine front covers with Kendrick Lamar and Alicia Dixon, like the DVD covers or film posters that we've seen in the past. So it will ask you to analyse and explain the construction of these texts. In order to do really well at this question, you should be hammering the terminology, your mode of address, your visual codes, your technical codes, and you should be really focusing on the purpose and the effect of all the decisions, the construction decisions that have been made in the production of the text. If I was you, I would be allocating approximately 60 minutes of your 2.5 hours to this particular question, and of that 60 minutes, probably 10-15 minutes of that should be on really detailed annotation and analysis of the text. From there, we move into section 2, which again you should hopefully already know is the stepped questions. That means 3 questions, 2A, 2B, 2C, worth progressively more marks, likely to be 6 marks, 9 marks, and 15 marks. Question 2A and 2B, and that is the 6 and 9 markers, will still relate back to the unseen text. Now, as you should, again, should be hopefully reiterating the stuff that you know really well. 2 and 3, one of them will be about representation. The other section will be about audience. If 2's audience, 3's representation. If 2's representation, 3's audience. I hope I got that the right way around. What that means, if 2A and B ask you to explain representations in the unseen text, question 2C, worth 15 marks, will then ask you to use your own detailed case studies to explore a related issue of representation or an audience question. Now, for the 2C, in fact, I'll start with the 2B question, probably worth 9 marks. It might ask you, for example, if it's an audience question, to explain how the text targets a specific audience. The examiner will be looking for plenty of textual evidence in this question. Really, really important. They don't want theory, or they don't want it led by theory. They want your answer to be informed, to be focused fully on the text. So whether that might be how a text constructs, how it targets an audience, or how it constructs a specific representation. But they want mode of address, they want language, they want visual codes, they want technical codes. Okay? When you then get to 2C, to draw on your own detailed case studies, if it's the 2C 15-mark question, you'd be expected to write somewhere in the region of 1.5 sides and beyond. So that would be about half a page per case study if we're looking at 3 specific case studies. Question 3, the 30-mark question, again, this could be audience, it could be representation. You would be expected to write, I would say, somewhere in the region of 3 sides, but you could write more. Some people, double that and write 6 sides. It depends how much adrenaline you've got coursing through your system and how well you remember those detailed case studies. In another video, I'm going to be coming on to explain how you should approach the audience question. I'll give you some recap and some advice on some of the case studies that we've looked at this year as well. So I hope that was useful, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.